What's up, my boy? George Perez right here at George Perez Stories, episode 191. Don't forget, guys, this podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who is the best in men's waist grooming. That's right, guys. What kind of waist grooming? Below the waist grooming. MANSCAPED offers precision engineered tools for your family. MANSCAPED just launched in the UK. You've gone years without using the right tools for the job. You can be one of the first men in England to experience their life-changing products. You know, out of nowhere, has pussy just jumped up on the table like this? Pussy jumps up on the table. And you're like, damn, I got to shave my shit. I remember when I got home from prison, I took one of my razors with me. And I came home and I shaved the 2 golden omens, the 2 sacred avocados that make the pepino what it is. And I nicked it. You ever nick your balls with the fucked up razor? It happened, people. It was a Dollar Tree razor that they put a $5 tag on. All that is gone. You can be saved. Make sure you go to manscaped.com right now. Punch in promo code TAKEASHOWER and receive 20% off. Also, guys, Manscaped has just redesigned the electric trimmer. It releases the new improved Lawnmower 3.0, also in the UK. Their 3rd generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. And when I tell you this is premium, I mean premium. Like, this battery is going to last you guys more than 90 minutes. If you're Bushwick Bill and she's on the pill, like EPMD, you guys to chill and hit yourself with the Lawnmower 3.0. And let's not forget about the charging stand. You show your mower off with Loud Proud because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. If you're listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience in the first hand for yourself. Let's get that bush and tush clean. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code TAKEASHOWER at manscaped.com. May your testes, they're besties. Don't forget, guys, check out the new commercial on my Instagram, Manscaped, starring me, Sidekick Eddie, Georgie the Boo. Written by George Perez, directed by Oscar Torino, Bambino. It's what we do. X to the F-A-G, what it be?
I'm chilling. I'm posted, drinking. Happy we got some new fucking sponsors now.
Right?
Yeah.
How's the fucking longest dog? Like, I thought I was reading for Magnums. That's how long it was.
Hey, that's next.
I know. Hey, but you know what, though, dog? I don't think people understand. You use the product. I've used the product. It's, hey, dog.
It's a shit.
Nice.
Now I'm going to use the product, too.
Yeah,
because my name is Manny, Manscaped. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that ringtone.
Manny to the Manscaped.
Manny to the Manscaped. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? So, yo, that voice you heard is our guest today. It's my man. He's been my homie probably from, like, my first 2 months ever in comedy. Mm-hmm. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Modesto, California, give it up for Manny Maldonado. Give it up.
Thank you, man. I've been living out here for 10 years now, but yeah, that's where I'm from, 209 till I die, so it's all good.
So tell everybody, like, what's your first impression, dog, after
George Perez?
when we met?
I was like, wow, the parole system has lost its mind for letting anybody do stand-up. No, actually, look, George is one of the nicest guys I've met on and off stage. I mean, he looks like he will take your car in a heartbeat, but he's so sweet. Don't get it twisted. This guy's like a damn teddy bear.
And he's petting his cat
He's petting his cat right now while I'm saying this. But my first impression was George. He's very intimidating looking. I'm like, okay, either he's going to be really awful on stage and talk about prison stuff, or just flip it and be likable and talk about prison stuff. And luckily to everybody, he was likable as hell. He has an intimidating look, and he just flowed very good From the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, this guy has potential to do 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 7.
well, Manny, like a lot of people don't understand when you first started, there was no social media to try to fake what anything you are.
And that's I think that's probably why I don't have a lot of followers, because I'm still old school like that. And don't get me wrong, listen, the followers, there's people that have thousands of followers, maybe hundreds of thousands or millions. But the difference between me and those other people is that I know the almost 3,000 people that follow me in real life.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it as personal as I can.
You're like, those are guaranteed 3,000 tickets.
Guaranteed 3,000 tickets. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, yes, I grew up in a time where there was no social media. I started in 97.
You started in 97?
97.
Where?
So, I started where I'm from, Modesto. And I would go to local bars.
Hold on, but what was the first local bar?
The first show I ever did.
And how did you hear about it? How did you plan it?
Well, it was funny, man, because I always tell everybody comedy picks people. Comedy. I didn't want to be a comedian. I was going to college. I know you know me personally. I'm into sports, so I wanted to be I was going to college. My major was sports communications.
So sports announcer.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be on ESPN. That was like my dream job.
Oh, wow.
To be on the sideline reporter or something. You know what I mean? And then, but my friends, I was on a speech debate team, and I remember the first topic I talked about was about abortion, but I made it funny, and my friends were like, "Dude, you should try comedy." And I was like, nah. I was like, wow.
How'd you make it funny?
No, I just, I was like, I don't really remember the speech. I just remember just seeing a serious crowd laugh. So I was like, I kind of like the adrenaline rush. And I would always, before that, when I was in high school, I would go to house parties and I would get on the mic and start clowning and bagging people. Not like you, by the way.
No.
And for those people that don't know, that George is one of the best baggers. We'll get into that discussion later on. One of the best baggers ever. But so it's like I always tell everybody comedy chose me, and I started just going up, man, at local bars and all that stuff. And then,
but how were these local bars? It was
like rough.
30 people, 50
no, it
people?
was about this place called Sidelines Bar and Grill, Modesto. I remember they would have a cover band.
Wow.
They had no comedy, but I would ask the manager. I was like, hey man, you think I could open up for the cover band? Just tell some jokes.
Yeah,
cool. At first, there was like no love. They were like, "Who's this guy?"
They're like, "Bring the Cure, bitch!"
Yeah, they wanted to hear like, some fucking spinoffs of Billy Idol or some shit. So I was like, okay. So I would take those bullets and take the non-laughter and then bring up the thing. But then I started getting funny, started developing my chops in a bar, and then at one point, I started to get really funny and just started going to other bars. And other
what
hotels.
was your material like?
Material was very cheerleaderish.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I had a good 5 minutes, if that. And
so
I think
what's
3 minutes.
Cheerleaderish.
Like, hey, what's up? Give it up for the ladies. Give it up for the menus. You know what I mean? It was just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But I had so much energy. I was so positive.
Yeah, like, hey, dog, this motherfucker has so much energy.
People were like, I remember George would tell me, like, and I never did drugs. I talk about it like I do drugs on stage, but I never did. Because I'm so hyper and so all that good stuff that if you were to give me cocaine, I'd probably just flatline and die.
No, honestly, what it does
I'd
for
probably
you,
just numb me.
No, it like, I'm like you.
Yeah.
But not to your level.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like Nintendo. You're like fucking PS8.
PS8, yeah.
Yeah, like, and cocaine for me, what it does, dog, is it slows me down and I don't act a fool. So for you, dog, you might be like PS3. I
may be PS3. And you know what? I'm so into the PS8 now. There's no way I can get back to the 3.
Yeah.
But like just like I said, stand up back then, George. We didn't have like when you come out. I've been out here in LA for 10 years. We didn't have open mics. We had none of that stuff, dude. The open mics or the show, we'd have showcases. So the nearest comedy club for me was San Francisco Punchline and Sacramento. Both of them an hour and 20 and 30 minutes respectively. Mm-hmm. So I would take my skills and they would give me love out there. Jeff Wills, who's in charge of comedy department at Live Nation.
How was the scene back then? Were you like the only Chicano?
I was pretty much, there wasn't that many Latino comics.
No, there like people don't understand. There
really wasn't.
No number there is now.
Especially in NorCal, there was maybe about a total of 5 or 6 of us. I was one of them. Rest in peace to my good friend Kane Lopez. He was the other one.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He was the other funny comic from the North, and we would do a lot of shows together. And back then, I remember the big TV credit was to be on BET Comic View.
Yep.
So I did a showcase in San Francisco. I submitted my 5-minute tape, and within my first year, I got on TV. I was like, oh my God, this is dope. So I got to film BET Comic View out here at the
did you think
Normandy Casino.
Okay. Did you think Eddie Murphy was going to be there?
I didn't think he was
No,
gonna
like,
be
what
there.
were you thinking?
No, so check this out. This is like a big ass deal. So I'm coming from a
Yeah.
small city where I'm from, and all of a sudden, me and my 3 or 4 minutes that I have of material, I'm bringing it to BET Television. So BET had a content.
What did you wear, dog? So I got to ask.
Oh, you know what? I think I wore a Guayavera, very Latin, for no fucking reason.
You wanted to show.
I wanted to show. I was like, look at my Guayavera ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so weird. And we filmed at the Normandy Casino.
Oh, shit.
And Gary Owen was the host.
Oh, wow.
It was it was just a good experience.
How was Gary back then? Like,
You know
how
what?
old was
He was. You know, I'll never forget that night because it was a long day. My call time was 3:00, and typical black show. It started I didn't get on until like 9:15, so I had to be there for 6 hours of all these other comedians doing their thing, and which was great. I was just in awe of all the comedians. You would see icons like Laura Hayes, Ronaldo Ray on the stage, like just legends of black comedy. Because I was always a big fan of black comedy. When I was growing up, I would watch Richard Pryor, and I see some of the records you have here. Sam Kinison were my people. Rodney Dangerfield, Paul Rodriguez. Those were all role models to me when it came to the stand-up game. So I remember just, but Def Jam was what really got me hooked. I would watch Def Jam religiously every single Friday night. And Martin Lawrence, to this day, to me, is the best host ever.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
who you put against him. That guy was just straight up fire.
Yeah, because, like, you know, when I watched Def Comedy Jam, like, you notice when I first started comedy, I had the most rooms. I hosted my ass off.
Yeah.
And because I seen Martin, and I was like, why do I like the host better than all the comics?
Well, the host is always the toughest job. I mean,
Yeah.
to
And
me
he
it is.
destroyed it.
He destroyed it all the time. He made it hard for all the other comedians to follow him, but
But he also brought him up.
he also brought up everybody with just it was just funny because I was just watching Def Jam the other night. I religiously watch Def Jam once a month.
Who's your favorite?
Besides
Martin, like
Martin was amazing. I remember watching. You know who would always make me laugh when I first started watching Def Comedy Jam? Ricky Harris, rest in peace.
Okay.
From the LBC.
Yeah.
J. Anthony Brown. J. Anthony Brown always made me laugh my ass off. Adele Givens.
I always thought you'd love Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. I obviously, for those that have never seen Bernie Mac do stand up, watch his stand up. The second time I think he got on Def Jam, he had some blue jeans with his face on it. It was one of the most iconic sets.
Do some Bernie Mac for all the cholos that are like, is that the new?
Let me tell you something. You have to watch Bernie Mac motherfucking second motherfucking time on that motherfucking shit. Had some motherfucking blue jeans with that motherfucking face. So it was Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was special.
Hey, do a Bernie Mac impersonation, but Bernie Mac telling all the blacks, y'all better stop robbing.
Okay.
Let
Let me tell you some of my black peoples. I'm sick and tired of you motherfuckers looting the wrong shit. Why the fuck are you looting motherfucking Boost motherfucking Mobile? This ain't shit. Go out there, unite. BLM, Black Lives Matter, motherfucker shit. There we go.
And sauce. There it is.
So, yeah, Bernie Mac was a big influence of mine. When I first saw him, I never saw, and I timed it, George. He had the crowd in an applause break within 38 seconds of his set.
But
I've never
a whole
seen that.
different style.
It's a whole different style, but he was such a brilliant storyteller. You would white, black, brown, yellow. You would put yourself. You would just close your eyes.
He's
you
Joey
were just-
Diaz in that other world.
Just in that other world, and it was just so mesmerizing.
Seen a lot, probably.
He's seen a lot.
You could tell he's told these stories to like his aunts and uncles.
And you know,
shit.
I think he would have been 60 years old. His birthday was last week, and he was just so brilliant, taken away too soon. But they always say, you know, the great ones die young, and he died very young.
I don't know. I need to die late, and I'm great.
But yeah, those were the good old days. There was, like I said, back in the days when I first started, I was handing out flyers left and right, bro. That's how it was back then. I'd leave flyers on cars. Come see me perform.
And then you would just wait going, fuck, people might
I hope
come.
they show up. I hope they show up.
But there's nothing going on in Modesto, dog.
So they would come, bro. I mean, they would. I have a lot of support. It was good times.
What
out
was
there.
your crowd majority? Was it Mexican, white, black?
And you know what's funny, man? Modesto's very diverse. We have
I don't
a
know
lot of people when they
Modesto
think of
too good.
Modesto, they think of fucking Scott Peterson who drowned Lacey Peterson. But
No,
we're
I
more
think,
than that.
I think of janky promoters.
You think of janky promoters? That's what it was funny because I don't think none of that movie was filmed in Modesto, but they portrayed it like that. I think it was filmed in Slauson or Linwood or some shit. But obviously, Modesto is known for George Lucas, and you know me.
He's from Modesto?
He's from Modesto.
No way.
man.
The motherfucking
They got
maker of Star Wars.
Yeah, so they have a statue of him and everything.
What? How did he end up over there?
Well, no, I mean he was born and raised out there, and then he went to USC for film.
Oh wow.
He's very. Hey, dude, he made that movie American Graffiti, and people don't know we used to cruise. That was the thing to do in Modesto. We cruise our cars. And I used to have an Impala, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
66 Impala.
Wow.
For those who don't know what an Impala is, a 66 is a 2-bedroom, 3-bath. The shit's fucking big. So my short ass would get on. That's what we did, bro. I had a blue Super Sport.
How old were you?
I bought it. My dad bought it for me for $500 when I was 15.
Fuck!
And then, it had primer and all that shit, but we souped it all up.
Oh,
That was
man,
the thing to
yeah.
do. That's what we did.
So you're a junior in high school with this car?
No, a sophomore. I had just turned 15, and my dad bought it. So you can't drive it yet, but, we got it.
Come on, of course you did.
And I did drive it around the neighborhood and all that stuff. But once, I got my license and all that shit. But it was, dude, that's what people did. Every Saturday night in Modesto was cruise. And I remember, dude, like it was people from all over the world would come for graffiti night. That's why George Lucas made that movie American Graffiti back in the days. Everybody just cruised Modesto.
Oh, so it
that's
was
his movie.
His vision of how he went.
Yes, that's how it is.
Okay.
We had a street called McHenry.
But those were all white people, fool.
But they made it white for TV, but it's all Latino and black and Asian. Like they would run shit. I remember in the 80s and 90s, like you would have your Impalas. People would be cruising, and then you had the Asians would have the souped up Tercels with the fucking rims and the fender trims, and all that shit.
The mini trucks,
the Suzukis,
yeah,
the
Suzuki Sidekick.
Those
Suzuki
flip over
Sidekick.
though. Those were dangerous, right? Don't
with
they
the
like flip over?
KMC rims, son.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's how it was.
Yeah, they used to flip.
Yeah,
when you
they
They
went
used
out.
to flip all the time.
But if you're a pendejo, dog,
No, for sure. But
You
they
know?
because I remember seeing
Sidekick
those.
Eddie would flip one of those because big
got
fat
the weight,
ass.
yeah.
I wish he was here. Just anybody that would have the nerve to call himself Side Dick.
Oh, he goes
is
up
somebody
on-
I want to meet.
He goes up
Yeah,
on stage like
I
that.
gave him that name.
I think it's great.
Yeah, no, it's
The fact that he accepted it is disturbing, but
because
fuck it.
he's side dick. Anywhere you go, dog, if there's a chick that needs to be took down, side dick.
So
Eddie's down.
his real name should be taking one for the team all the time.
No, because he doesn't though.
Oh, he doesn't. He wants some
doesn't,
dimes.
doesn't. Like he'll be like, "Hey, this ugly bitch has a fine friend. Come with me."
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I respect that. Side Dick Eddie. Well, nice to meet you, kind of.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Right.
But yeah, George, it was just different times back then. I missed
But
those.
describe the cruising scene when you're cruising now.
Oh yeah, when I was
What was the best year you cruised?
Okay,
to?
so I got my car in so I got it in 89, 90, around there. So gosh, my junior year was 91. So we would cruise hard, and then I graduated in 92. So it was on and popping. We would get these every Saturday night, bro. That was the thing to do. And then everybody from all over the country, all over the world would go there for graduation week. Was always June 11th or June 12th. So everybody from all over the world would cruise out there. We're talking about all over the state, all over the world, bro. People would be coming from Wisconsin, Ohio, New York. They would come cruise their cars there, and it was just a lot of Impalas, a lot of hot rods, But that was the thing to do, bro.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man.
For us, we had something you could cruise, and it was called Bristol,
Bristol, okay.
and it was in Santa Ana, and it was
From your area,
yeah,
from the
it
OC,
was
right?
straight Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Because it's like Santana is probably the most like super active city in Orange County as far as number of gang members, and everybody from Orange County would go and cruise fucking Bristol, dog.
So
And-
anybody that was the street. So
Yeah.
everybody would end up out there.
and we had nice ass cars, but if you seen 8-ball heads in a fucking Volvo,
Yeah, that's your ass. Yeah, that was the disclaimer. Yeah. That was like okay. And you know what's? It's a trip because unfortunately, I mean, people would come out there, especially for graffiti nights. That's what it's called, graffiti weekend. It was like I said, it's probably when everybody graduates, everybody goes there, bro. Because you want to see the girls with the Daisy Dukes on and all that good stuff. It was beautiful people. It was just a beautiful vibe. But Latinos and the Asians, they would and the Negritos, they would just mess everything up by just starting to throw down. People started getting hurt and stabbed, and then eventually the shit got shut down. But it was just a golden era, golden times.
No, dog. Like for us, it was like that too. Like people still cruise Bristol to this
day. Yeah,
but they
with the mask on.
Nah, dog. Like, they did a lot. Well, they did it. They were doing drive-bys. It was just bandanas still.
It's just still doing bad shit.
But like, yo, Manny, like, for me, it kind of solidified me to be like, yo, this fool's active because I would go on Bristol since I was 15 till I was like probably 23.
Yeah.
And I'd go to fight to stab, to
Yeah,
blast
whatever.
back.
That's the
like,
way to do it.
Like, I was going there to make sure everybody that was coming to cruising would be like, yo, man, those motherfuckers from Soins,
Yeah.
they're with the business, son.
Yeah, and you know,
What up? Was there anybody like that?
oh yeah, no. Look, we had. It's funny because we have regions, we have sections.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We have South Side Modesto, West Side Modesto, and then because Modesto people think it's a small town, but it's 200,000 people. So then we got 4 regions separated by 50,000 people. I know you guys think it's small, but we're like a town city.
Oh, there's
It's like
200,000
Ridgecrest.
people in an apartment
I
complex.
know, but
at Santa
that's what I'm
Ana.
saying. But
Ridgecrest, low
But
key.
you have to understand though, 200,000 people like spread out and segregated, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a big deal. So when people, there was always knuckleheads, bro. Like that's just the way it was. Like you wouldn't mess around with a certain crew or whatever. Like
Was there ever like a shooting that you witnessed?
Oh yeah,
but like
all the time by the taco trucks.
Hold on, they were shooting by the
Oh
taco
yeah,
truck.
you would get a fucking taco de pastor and a bullet sometimes. Bro. De veras, sí se puede, güey. Sí
You're
se
like,
puede.
hey, hold the laser.
Hey, ¿sabes qué? Cuidado con el cilantro. Let me get the bullet first. No, it was, dude. I remember people be busting caps. There'd be some drive-bys. People hit the fucking floor and then go back up and order their tacos. That's just the
No
way
way.
it was, bro.
Yeah,
it was some crazy motherfuckers out there, dude.
Nah, dog, over here in Santa Ana.
You guys, I'm sure you guys some crazy shit.
Nah, yeah, it was more like Orange County has a lot of heart, homie, and like
Yeah.
back in those days, I remember if you got called out, you either had to shoot the motherfucker or fight him, and if you lost, you wouldn't get stabbed or nothing. Like it would be a fight, and then unless other homies jumped in, it'd be more active than that. But like I remember fighting,
And it
one
was
time.
and it was one-on-one too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how it was for us
Yeah.
too.
I remember
If
fighting
you had a
one
problem with
time.
somebody, it would be one-on-one. Yeah, yeah.
And I fought this other fool, and I don't remember where he was from, but I just remember this fool like, hey, what's up, motherfucker? Who you looking at? And I was like, you. I didn't even think it was me, and he was like, well, what's up then? And we fought, and we both hit each other, but nobody dropped, and we fought.
And this is you with hair.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
didn't have hair.
How long have you shaved the head?
Since freshman year in high school.
Okay, so you were rocking the
I was straight
but you had a lot of
Pulaski.
hair on the
My
eyebrows.
eyebrows, yeah. Back
Yeah.
then, I had the fucking shacks.
Okay. All right.
And I remember one time, dog, this fucking fool was out there fucking this fool up, and then his homie jumped in, and they blasted these motherfuckers. And it wasn't the first time I seen someone get shot, but it was the first time like I seen someone get shot, and I knew they weren't gonna come back.
That's tough.
And
Like dead?
I ain't gonna say that. I just knew they
Just
were
come
coming back.
at least that evening.
And I just remember how scandalous technical foul row was, dog.
Right.
Because we were in a fucking Ford Taurus.
Okay, so you're getting your Ford Taurus on with rims. Okay, that's
Hell
cool. That's what's
yeah,
up.
you remember-
Tinted windows.
hey.
I know how that shit was.
Remember that shit?
Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
hey, dog.
That's before cops started using Ford Taurus.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And I remember it was Raw's car, but Raw was like, yo, dog, let's go. You drive. I've been drinking. And then we fucking start pulling off, and like we couldn't really leave yet because there was cars blocking. And then Raw was like, hey, those were those girls that are with those fools that got blasted. And he was like, hey, come on, you guys need a ride?
Yeah.
And those fucking bitches went with us, dog. He got them in our car.
You got him in the car. Wow.
But this fucked us up.
This is, and to the listeners out there, this is before no DMs, no Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, get in the car.
No, we didn't even say bitch get in the car.
Just get in the car.
No, Raw had, I think we had
How times have changed.
we had 2 Mickeys, A40s.
Wow, that was a drink. That was the go-to drink back in the 90s, was the Mickey's. If you all don't know, just look it up.
And they weren't even fooled.
They weren't even full. They already drank on. They already drink. That's hilarious.
They were warm and shit. And he was like clink clink, but not like warriors. But he was like, "What's up, y'all fools trying to party and shit?
Yeah.
you need a ride." And they looked at each other and they were just like, "It's a Ford Taurus."
Unbelievable.
And I won't say what ended up happening with those hyenas, but like, yeah, man.
So that's cool. I didn't know you. I mean, I hear the stories. Like I said, people used to cruise Whittier and all that stuff, but this is the first time I hear Bristol.
No,
This is
yeah.
great. I
No,
love it.
Bristol is known, dog.
There's
Fools from
Bristol's known,
Lost
okay.
came too. Whittier is
known
known
as
as
well.
a motherfucker.
Right,
It's
right,
like
right.
Crenshaw Boulevard.
Yeah, Crenshaw.
You know what I mean? I've never cruised Crenshaw.
But you cruise Whittier.
I've
right?
cruised
Okay,
Whittier.
okay.
Yeah, Whittier is like cruising the Rose Parade. There's a lot more people.
Okay, so there's more congested, more people.
And there's a lot more fucking lowriders with straps in anywhere.
It's such a Chicano thing, dog. I've never cruised down any street.
Nah, but
That's because you're a millennial. You're young.
Yeah,
You don't
no,
know what
and
this is.
I'm a bison.
you're
My
one
parent-
like,
yeah.
like, look, homie. When it comes to cruising, it's kind of like
It's kind of a rite of passage, especially where you're from.
It's validation.
Yeah.
So, yo, homie, I know how to fix a car too. My shit's
Yeah.
fresh. I'm clean. I'm trying to pick up on some high-nos.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, we ain't scared. We're coming out too, homie.
And I'm not a cholo or anything, but I had an Impala, so that was like even more validation. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This guy has an Impala?
Yeah,
It's
you
on.
Were you bald young?
No, the hair didn't start coming out till later.
All right.
So
They're
these
probably
4 hairs
thought
I'm
you were a
holding on
veterano.
to. These 4 hairs I'm holding on to real life. Like
Ah.
we're good. with these
When
4
did you When did you start losing your hair?
the little back of the hair? I probably maybe about
Look at his
10,
face.
10 now I gotta look back. Probably about 10, 11 years ago. It just started
Hey.
dwindling out.
Who's that fool that killed that chick in the Modesto Lake?
Scott Peterson.
That's who you signed a record right now.
I know,
We were
right?
Like, when's the
looking
last
back,
time you seen your wife?
I was like,
You were
yeah, let me look this up real quick. But it's funny because I met George that's funny that you're mentioning that. It's a good segue because Scott Peterson killed his wife in 2000.
It's a good segue.
And I met you, I think, in 2001.
Yeah.
So, because I remember meeting George. George was a big, for the listeners who don't know out there, George actually studied comedy. A lot of people don't know this. George would just go to shows and just start, he would befriend a lot of the comedians, even myself. He's like, hey, my name is George. I'm trying to do comedy. I was looking at him like, you're a criminal. Leave me alone. No, but George was a big student, and that's why I always loved and respected him. He would go to comedy shows to support him. And I think one of the first times you saw me when I was coming
Casa Latina.
Casa Latina in El Monte, which if you guys don't know,
No,
back
it's
in the
in
days,
Rosemead.
that was in Rosemead, I'm sorry. And that was like the Apollo for Latino people.
Fuck yeah. That and Wild Coyote.
And Wild Coyotes. But definitely
Casa Latina
was
it was
always
more people.
Standing room only, you guys. It was amazingly packed every fucking Tuesday.
About
It was
300, 250?
At least
Standing
300.
room?
Yeah.
Standing room only. I'm not
Every
lying.
Tuesday.
And that's when comedy was it was nice.
Yeah.
And I always
only funny. It didn't matter how many people you knew because the people were there.
Yeah.
Right
for
or
sure.
wrong?
No, it's true. Like people just wanted to go out, and people went out to laugh.
Tell
and
them
support
the
shows.
comedians that went there before they were famous.
It was like the who's who of comedy, man. You would see guys like, you would see, dude. I'm gonna throw this out there. I want to say. Fucking Christopher Titus was out there one fucking time.
Yeah.
Like weird motherfuckers. You would be like, because everybody,
Willie
was always out there.
Gabriel.
I remember seeing Brad Williams, Gabriel. There's a picture. I'm not lying. I have it somewhere. It's in my storage. I need to find it. I'm not lying, you guys. There is a picture of everybody. It's me, Felipe, Gabriel, Jeff. We're all in the same picture together.
No way.
I know that can go for something on eBay right now.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it was just everybody was supporting each other. Doing
The
stand-up.
devil's so drunk he still won't remember.
It was a weird. I'll tell you what. You know what, George? I always tell you, it was a weird, friendly time during that time.
Because nobody had heat yet.
Nobody
Is that
had
why you
heat
think?
yet. Everybody was just
Was
on that.
Que Locos out yet?
Yeah, Que Locos was out because I filmed in 2001. Because I was driving from Northern Cali. I come out once every 4 weeks.
How did you hear about Que Locos?
You know what's funny, dude? George Lopez got me on Que Locos.
Oh,
Check out this
wow.
story. I opened up for him a long time ago, and believe it or not, he threw my name out there. He's this really funny cat from Northern Cali, and that's the only bone he threw me. But I was grateful for it.
Hell yeah!
And he was the host, and he was gracious, and I got to do Que Locos. So that was like 2001.
That was a fucking AX. To do Que Locos.
That was like a great
back
credit.
then when you're Mexican was like to do Joe Rogan right
now
in the Mexican world.
Like right now, this is the new Que Locos doing George Perez
I don't
stories.
say Joe Rogan. Man. Just kidding.
This is the new Que Locos doing this
Yeah.
is a TV credit now. When you do
Yeah.
George Perez stories, this is a good TV credit.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be some comedians out there as heard on George Perez stories.
Yeah.
As their fucking intro. Fucking millennials. Anyways, look, it was a different time back then. So everybody, and listen.
You better put this shit on your resume.
Never.
Honestly, though,
Shut the fuck up. We're
no,
friends.
Hey, honestly,
this is good shit.
Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
Most of my resume is the podcast I've been on.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
But fuck that. I know George. When we were doing listen. The point is this. Back then, George, everybody, it was beautiful, man. Everybody was always on the grind, doing Casa Latina, tortillas. I call it tortillas. Wild Coyote, the Laugh Factory on Mondays.
What about my rooms?
And
Patio,
look,
Rio.
George had the grind rooms. Like, you better bring some heat in the Orange County. He had patio. He had green room. He had
Second base.
I would come out there and do the shows. He had
Church.
Second base is the one that always had the strippers that never made it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that place was amazing.
It was like continuation school for strippers.
Yeah, there was like, it was, you had to get a degree at that fucking place, second base, to get to the real horse ship you were looking for. But those were good times. I remember those were crazy rooms, bro.
Yeah,
Dude.
you'd always kill for.
Those were always
had
fun
good
shows
spots.
because, you know, I'm a professional. I have to fucking kill.
Ah.
But George was such a grinder, such a student of comedy. He would always ask questions. At one point, you guys talk about a lethal lineup. This was a good
Next
lineup.
time I ask you a question, don't get mad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Next time I ask you a question, don't get mad. I
So
need to be
George,
asking you
at one
questions.
point, so check this out. At one point, check out this lineup, you guys.
Listen
George,
to this, dog.
George was hosting, I was featuring, and Jeff Garcia was a closer.
When he was funny.
And when I say that this was a lethal lineup, you're talking about an hour and a half of non-stop
Fire.
laughter. George was so great at hosting. He would pass the baton to me, and I would do my thing.
Take it to the next fucking dog. Like Manny is like
you give me 20 minutes of where I have to do
yeah.
material, it's over. Let's do this shit.
It's like when you play baseball and they like these fools are trying to walk in. And he's like,
No, just give me the bat. I want to start hitting
Yeah.
some good doubles and singles. But it was such a good. We had a good thing. We did this for about a year.
So
We did
with that lineup, is everybody doing what, 20, 15?
no, George would do 15.
no, I only did 10.
Well, he only did 10.
Yeah, because
You
I
know
would
what was
do
cool
10.
about? I knew George was going to be good in the game because
I
George
never ran
did
the
10.
light.
He did fucking 10.
Yeah.
There was no 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
There was no 11 minutes and 38 seconds. He did fucking 10 because he respected all of us.
What I say?
No.
And he's
Yeah.
like, no. I felt that George at a young, and it's something you can't teach. I remember my uncle, who's gay, love him to death. You remember
Oh,
my
you
gay
gonna
uncle?
compare me to your gay
no,
uncle?
No, you met my gay uncle. He
Oh,
came to go
yeah.
see you, and he was like, your friend was very. The guy who opened the show was so. I never told you this. He was
Yeah.
very professional and very funny, and just kept the show moving. And my son, my uncle has seen a lot of comedy shows before, and he's like, he loved the way you hosted. And just brought.
He wanted to bone me, dog.
Yeah,
He
that's
probably
why I
wanted
keep
to bone you,
hearing.
but the point-
Yeah, I keep
the point is
hearing
this.
his boning
The point is this, but he gave you mad props. He's seen a lot of comedy.
tell
But
him
he was like-
gracias.
no, and I remember George. I remember one time we were doing, I think, 7 shows in Ontario, Valentine's weekend.
Dog, FA, homie. They had to add shows.
They had to add shows on a Monday, so we were only supposed to do 1 show on Monday. But Jeff,
We
Garcia was
added,
doing-
two on
more.
Sunday and then 2 on Monday.
2 on Monday. We were only supposed to do 1 on Monday, but
and
they,
1 on Sunday.
so they added 2 extra shows. 1 Sunday, 1 Monday.
Tell them why.
Listen.
We went to the radio station.
So George is when George is paying his dues big time. So George,
Listen to this, X, talking about paying fucking dues.
this is some serious dudes, and I know you don't have to do this because you'll fucking sue him. So George had to wear. We went to a radio station, and Jeff Garcia, you know,
He's like, hey, Doc, what's
he's
up,
like,
Doc?
hey,
When is
Doc,
Jeff?
let me tell you
I'm fucking
something.
the
Let me tell you
greatest.
something.
Hey,
Listen,
Dad.
listen.
I fucking bought a Corvette for my family.
I need you, George, to put on a G-string. So George had to wear. I'm sorry, it wasn't a G-string. It was a thong.
Thank you.
Respectfully,
Thonga.
It was a thong. Thong.
I didn't have to wear it, dog. I was like, because that bitch wanted to bone me.
Yeah. So George at that point would
Because
be
there
like,
was another company promoting sexual toys.
So George is like, okay, I'm really feeling this girl, so I'm down to wear this thong.
Yeah.
And run around the parking lot. And did you have a cape on too that day?
Yeah, she
so he
made
had
me a robe.
So he had a robe and a thong, and he's running around, and I'm thinking, fuck, this guy.
to promote for the show. Like,
Promote for the
they
show.
were like, come in the morning.
Yeah.
And fans came, dog.
And these are MySpace days, mind
Yeah,
you. Okay?
fans
the
came.
beginning of MySpace.
Yeah.
So I think it was It was just My. It wasn't even a fucking space yet.
Yeah.
It was just MY. There was no space yet. So George is out there just hustling, and I'm thinking to myself, shit, either this guy's gonna be really funny or not. And I knew right there.
So
and
I
then-
was ripped back then.
and George is in good shape. I was like, okay, fuck. At least he's got.
I wore Cortezes with long
He had
socks,
Cortez.
a thong.
He's got a half a 6-pack. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So he did that shit, and I was like, you know what? Kudos to him. But that's what's cool about George. He would do anything and everything to get respect, and he definitely had my respect. So it was good times, bro.
It was.
And we had a good little run there. It was a dynamite
Hey,
show.
fool, do you remember? I remember that me and you stayed in the same hotel at that
Oh
time.
yeah. So check this
And
out.
you had like an ADD. Miss.
I did. No, so I remember what. Okay, so George and I. This is so cool. We were smashing those goddamn Ontario shows. So much
and
they gave
I
us a
was
hotel.
smashing bitches. You remember that shit?
Yeah. So just George. So George and I got really close. We were kind of roommates for that weekend.
Yeah.
We had different beds, by the way. Unlike Kimmy, who's following them on Instagram. I had to take some medicine because I guess I do. I'm always gonna have ADD, but I had some medicine at the time. And George is like, hey, man, he saw me taking my medicine. He's like, hey, man, that actually helps you out. I'm like, yeah, because I felt I was going like 1,000 miles per hour, and it does level you up. But I remember the look on your face because you had never seen anybody take meds.
Because we were at the drive-thru, and he was like, what the fuck? I need this now.
Yeah. He would see the bad side of not taking the medicine. I'm like, give me my fucking food. But yeah, so George is my road dog there for a good year.
Homie, I'm glad it'll never be the same like it was.
Things
when
happen
we
for
were
a
there.
reason.
Yeah.
And I think that was your inauguration into the comedic game and the comedic world.
No, it's like I tell people, I feel I got in at the best time. I got to experience without internet marketing and just funny, go grind. And look, you are going to be judged by the motherfucker that runs the room because it's his room. There's no politics involved.
Right.
Back then, if you brought 20 friends, they'd give you 5 minutes, but everybody knew you were a lame. Right or wrong.
Exactly. And for the listeners that listen, you guys, I haven't seen George probably about a year and a half. But, it's funny. We still keep in touch kind of here and there, but this guy is he's great. And I want to tell you a quick story real quick, listeners. One time, a producer from MTV reached out to me and said, hey, Manny, we would like you to be on the show Yo Mama. And I'm like, I could clown. And I could clown like crazy amongst friends and colleagues like George. But I was like, you know what, you guys, I'm not good at it, but check this out. I have a friend, an up-and-coming comedian who I vouch for 100%. Reach out to him and take it from there.
Yeah. Hey, X, I said this on the podcast.
Okay, cool. But now you got
I'm
me.
glad
here.
you validated it. Right? Didn't I say that?
Yeah,
real
he
deal,
said,
yeah.
I was like, Manny Maldonado told them. And, yeah, dog, that it was weird, fool, because CX, back then, comedy was so weird and like untamed, unheld.
A lot of the love that you would get sometimes on shows or whatever was by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Was by not, hey, check out his YouTube clips. Hey, check out his TikTok. Check out his Instagram.
Fools
check
were
out his
scared to
phone.
put on YouTube
No.
because they were stealing.
It was different, you guys. Like if you knew somebody funny and you would vouch for him, bam, they would throw him some love. At least give him an audition. So go ahead.
And so I do MTV Your Mama, and people don't know this, but I'm only like a year and a half, 2
Probably
years
about a year
in.
and a half, yeah.
And now they're like, hey, we need you to headline. And I was like,
He's like, what's headline?
yeah.
Well, so you went from what's the longest set you had done?
Well, I could do 20, but I would only do 10. And then as a host, you could come back and work on a new bit more. So you were gaining new bits every time you hosted. You know what I'm saying? So I was, and then the first time I headlined, I only had 20 minutes and I had to do 40 and I asked questions. I went off the top. I was doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
No, I completely
You
get
told
that.
me you can run this shit and you're still Mickey Mouse.
But I mean, at least there you go. I mean, you were honest about it.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of crowds saw in George. They saw the brutal honesty he has in his jokes may not have been crisp and to the point as defined as they are now, but there was honesty, and that's something you cannot coach.
No.
And it still blows my mind how people go to shows without knowing who's going to perform.
Exactly.
Because now I go on Instagram and I see the lineup, and then I can go on your YouTube and be like, oh, this
But-
was funny.
but no
now
matter
it's just
what-
you show up and George who?
You're like, I
Exactly.
heard
And-
this
Yeah.
review.
And no matter what, there's nothing that changes. I'm still an old school guy like that. There's nothing that changes the element of the live show. Like the live show is where it's at, no matter what.
Exactly. And also, but now it's also opened the gate where it's if you have your marketing and podcast material, all your shit on point, you're gonna sell out. So only your people will go.
Right. No doubt.
It's a lot more people selling out now than there ever was back then.
Of course. And you know, and I'm not one of them. But here's the thing: I still like being a throwback. But yes, people. If I have respect for my peers, everybody knows.
Yeah,
I'm pound
of
for pound.
course.
I bring my pain. I bring the funny.
Straight up.
So it's all good. And you know, I love the comedy world. It's
Homie,
still-
you're a Latin king of comedy.
no matter
dog.
what. No matter what happens, I'm always gonna be a part of the Latin Kings comedy family.
So hold on real quick. For a lot of you that don't know this, Manny was on tour with the Latin Kings of Comedy. He was crowned the Latin King of Comedy. And I'm gonna have to cut you off. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
yo,
Please give me
dog,
the line.
how was that shit? Like, Paul Rodriguez called you, or like, how does that shit
So
work?
this is what happened with that, George. In 2003, I opened up for him and the group War in Sacramento.
Wow.
And he always had he liked me. He liked my stand-up, and he was like, you know what, Vato? You got a good future. We'll see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, my God, I'm working with Paul Rodriguez. I thought that was like the best thing since fucking sliced bread. So
before you were on a DVD called the Paul Rodriguez All Stars.
that was after. So
Oh,
I met.
okay, I'm sorry.
No, so I met him. So we did. He brought me back. He wanted to film something.
That's funny, dog. You were on a DVD.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, man. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm on Paul Rodriguez. I don't give a shit. So I did a DVD with Paul Rodriguez in 2004. And then about 3 years later, he reached out to me again. He's all, hey, I'm doing this thing, Latin Kings of Comedy, the new Latin Kings of Comedy. I'd like you to be on it. And, dude, it was just game time. So ever since then, the last Latin Kings of Comedy event we did was 2018. But you know what? Once or twice a year we'll get together. But from 2007 to 2011 and 12, dude, we were doing a bunch of theater dates, and it was me.
Dope.
It was fun times. It was me, Joey Medina, Gene Pompa, a couple of the guys. Frank.
They're
Lucero.
not dead either, people. They're still alive.
They're still alive. Everybody's alive. But no matter what, once you're in that fraternity of the Latin Kings of Comedy, you're in there for life.
Yeah.
Like as successful as George Lopez is, he's awesome. He's still Latin King. No matter what, I still think of him Latin Kings, so.
That was one of his top 3 best sets ever.
Ever. Just beast mode.
I still watch it sometimes,
Yeah, no,
dog.
it's still great stuff.
To see his timing, setup, character, complete control. And I could even hear Paul Rodriguez pacing in the back in the hallway. Fuck, I gotta follow that.
It was like Paul Rodriguez, because you have to understand, you guys, look, when it comes to to me, when it comes to Latin comedy,
or Mexican.
or whatever, just people of Latin descent. Obviously,
I'm not Latin. I'm Mexican.
We're Mexican. So when you think of
Yeah.
just that genre, look, you think of Desi Arnaz.
They
Freddie
only
Prinze.
use Latin because of the openers.
'Cause we
Joey
have
and
to.
Alex ain't Mexican.
So look. So when we think of, the pecking order, let's go to the pecking order. You go Desi Arnaz, Freddie Prinze, Paul Rodriguez, George Lopez, and then it's the rest of everybody else.
No, I thought you were going to talk the pecking order of Latinos.
I-
It's
I-
Mexicans.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't. No pecking order. I'm talking about stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
As far as
you
other-
gotta put George on top of Paul.
Well,
Paul
of
doesn't
course,
even
but I'm just talking about when they came out. How do you like that? When they came out, when they sprung out. Here we go.
okay.
When
He
so
was
we go,
even better than him back then.
But listen, Desi Arnaz.
He's not a comic, though.
I know, but we're fuck it. Let's go Cantinflas then. Fuck it, Cantinflas, Desi Arnaz. Okay, Freddie Prinze, of course.
Hold on, dog. Since we're going to put El Chavo.
Okay, here we go. Fucking boop, boop, boop. Da, da, da. Okay, fine. But anyways, look. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm getting at. Obviously, so it's Freddie Prinze, Paul. Because you have to remember, dude, fucking Paul Rodriguez. You have to understand. A lot of people don't know this. He was in Quicksilver, for crying out loud, with Kevin Bacon.
I don't give a fuck.
It
He
doesn't
sucked.
matter. No, dude. You gotta understand, dude. He broke a lot of fucking barriers.
Dog, he
That was
didn't break
killing it.
no barriers,
Yes, bro.
dog. What did he break?
Dude.
Name a Mexican that's doing a movie because of Paul.
You know what, Vato? Why you gotta be like that?
I'm not. I'm just saying it like
Fuck,
name.
hold on. God damn it. Where's my laptop? Let me look some shit up.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, we're not. Okay, I'm just talking about. Look,
I mean,
there
don't
was
get me
doors
wrong.
open.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
There wasn't doors open. I kind of feel it
We
was like,
went
hey,
in through the back. We fucking snuck in through the back. Is what I'm
because
trying to tell you.
honestly, Cheech and Chong
Of
brought
course,
Paul in.
dude. Of
So
course,
they're
Cheech-
the original door
Of
openers.
course, dude. We can't forget about them. Of course not.
I just wanted to let you
Yeah.
know, dog. Look at the wall.
I look at the wall and look at my records that you gave me. Yes.
You put Desi Arnaz on top of Cheech and Chong. I don't think
Look,
so.
we didn't get. They're a separate fucking realm. Calm down. Remember, they're from the Bay, and they're from and I want to say Cheech is from was hanging out
San
in Canada.
Fernando,
No,
right.
but he was killing in Canada too, in Toronto back then.
Yeah, because he didn't want to get in the draft.
Andale. Exactly. So no, but that's a whole set. Yeah, they're different. That's a whole nother level shit.
Okay.
We're talking about this order. But yes, dude, look, Paul opened up a lot of doors, dude. Just stop it. Just he did
For who?
for the others. Don't talk about the others. Shut the hell up. Look, you know what I mean. I don't want to get too fucking picky about
Can I
this
tell
shit.
you what's something? Can I
Please.
tell you what's funny?
Something fucking happened here with you and Paul.
Hey.
That's why I'm hearing this angst with
No,
you.
nothing happened with me and Paul. I don't even know Paul. Like, I just know Paul, like, hey, what's up, old ass fool? Like, that's how I know him.
Right.
And
He's been in 71 movies. Give him a break.
I know, but the only one that I liked was Ray. He was the trainer.
Yeah,
And-
but dude,
No, he was in
he was in-
fucking Ali. He was the trainer, Ali.
He was Freddie Pacheco and Ali.
Yeah.
Great movie. He was also...
See, but nobody knows.
okay, but look.
Who's the other one?
No.
Millionaire Juan in
that
the
movie
Million.
he directed and produced.
What was that one?
A Million to Juan.
Come on.
You were selling oranges too. Shut up, George. Look.
Come on, dog.
Look.
Taco Shop was better than that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So,
you had 7 lines, and this is what we're going to hear the whole fucking night.
No. Like, hey,
No,
dog,
I hear you, bro. Look, the thing is this.
George Lopez is way fucking better than Paul Rodriguez at stand-up. And his TV show, sitcom, destroyed. Like, hey, dog, a lot of people don't like the vato.
But no,
but
I have
fucking
nothing against
bad.
George. I have nothing against George. But you have to understand, again, Sandra Bullock's like, you know what? Let's give him a show. Bam.
Cool.
Great. Amazing.
Cheech and Chong were like, hey, let's give fucking Paul a Citizen Park.
Fucking hilarious. Did you know that Paul used to drive for Richard?
Yeah.
That was dope
Because
stuff.
of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, that was cool stuff.
Hey, dog, Paul Rodriguez
I mean, he was the dude.
is Mexican god of the Comedy Store. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. I do.
Like, they have a documentary on him. I don't hate on Paul Rodriguez at all.
Yeah.
I just liked his acting better than his stand-up.
I feel you, and that's cool. That's your opinion, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, exactly.
To me, when I was a kid, when
you don't like me probably either.
when I was a kid and I saw Paul Rodriguez go, "Well, you will have the American Express card, and we have this a tortilla." To me, that fucking made me laugh. I'm sorry, that fucking had me in tears. But I was a kid.
We had an American Express card.
And then he busted out with tortilla.
Yeah.
The MIEs, I was fucking in tears. That shit had me funny, and he would kill. You gotta understand, Paul.
No, he would.
He would kill.
Still does.
He would kill at Comic Relief with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal. Murder that shit, bro. I'm talking about fucking applause break, 4 applause breaks in a span of maybe 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Fucking great. I enjoyed that shit. Badass. So kudos to him. Respect. I remember Paul telling me stories like in 1980. This was the lineup one time. He would open up the show. Sam Kinison, Dice Clay, Robin Williams, Letterman, Richard Pryor for $12 on a fucking Monday night. What the fuck is that?
Hey,
Done.
How many other Mexicans were even doing comedy?
Exactly,
back then?
bro. So
None.
Paul, much
He's
love.
the real.
He's the real OG when it comes to that.
Cheech and Chong were there. They were at the store, but Paul was there.
Well, Paul was Mexican,
Worker.
Sinaloa, que pasó,
From
que pasó.
Compton.
Exactly.
Yeah,
repping.
No, but
So it's all good.
honestly,
yes, bro,
dog,
I
his
see your
comedy
point.
to me is a 6-7.
Yeah. Okay, but that's okay.
And who am I?
Yeah.
One person that won't buy his ticket, and it doesn't mean shit. It's just my opinion.
It's just your opinion, and that's
'Cause
cool.
At the end of the day, Paul Rodriguez has more money than me. He sells more tickets than me. But I will smash him on stage, dog.
And there's a feature there, throw. But listen, that's what I'm saying. This was cool.
Bite it, Paul. You want to battle? Let's battle, fool.
You know what, Vato? I knew you when you were 3. Anyways, look, the point is this. Look, that's what's cool about comedy. We all have our
Exactly.
favorites. We all have our non-favorites. Damn it. I mean, I love Willie Barcena. I think he's great. Beast.
Willie is fucking master.
And for those of you guys who don't
stage.
know, the most appearances on the Tonight Show. Beast.
But no Mexicans watch the Tonight Show, and that's what sucked.
But look, strong ass comic.
Oh,
Bam.
Willie Barcena is top
Great writer.
5 all-time Mexican comedian of all fucking time.
I concur with that.
And everybody that's famous right now knows that.
Beast mode. Just a funny guy.
He's like fucking. He's like Bob and La Bamba when it comes to business, dog. He wore his heart on his sleeve, and I love you, Willie, and you know this, dog. But yeah, dog, he was. You know, when I see Willie Barcena and I see someone trying to cast, they're like, "Hold on, he's not acting. This is real." They get kind of scared because his talent is so strong and so good, dog. And
I think he's great. I think
I
he's
can't
awesome.
wait to have Willie on. He's going to come on and do the podcast. Yo, you want to look fresher than me? It's hard to do. But if you're trying to compete and you're trying to look like a G, all loked up, you got your Pendleton on point, you got your 501s crisper than a food stamp in 1988, you got those hush puppies, more shiny than a protest right now. Go to Gunther's in downtown Santana. That's right, guys. Gunther's in downtown Santana. They got 2 locations. If you're trying to look like you just watched Boulevard Nights, come on. Can I get a Boulevard Nights cake? Manny cake. Can I get a...
Chuco! Chuco! Get back in the car, Chuco! All right, there we go.
Once again, guys, Gunther's in downtown Santana. Keeping the culture in Orange County. If you live in Orange County and you're not trying to drive far, you're just trying to stay on one freeway, make sure you check out Gunther's in downtown Santana. Also, guys, everybody be like, yo, George, why your eyes look like they're always on their period? It's because I'm smoking that GBX tracks. Look, fuck the moon. You smoke GBX tracks, you end up on a planet that has only lakes because it's just wet. GBX tracks, the best in abstracts, edibles, pre-rolls, and moon rocks.
I mean, that's what you have me on the goddamn it. GBX, fucking A.
That's what we smoke. GBX tracks right
It's
now.
fucking amazing. Thank you. And I
Describe
concur.
it.
You guys.
Because you smoked a lot of weed before,
I have, but this is some other level stuff. Like, I don't even want to leave.
right?
I actually want to live here now in the studio. It's that good. So for those who don't know, now you know. Done on that.
And it's crazy, dog.
No
because,
shameless plug. That's just real shit.
Like, you have ADHD. What's
I
that?
retired it.
What is
This weed is
Did
so
I say
good.
it right?
Listen, let me tell you how much this weed is so good that it took it away already.
Say it like Chris Rock, dog. If you were to sponsor this weed.
Check it out. GBX is the motherfucking best. I smoke this shit, and my fucking ADHD is gone. Hell yeah.
Once again, guys, follow at GBX Tracks. So, yo, dog, I met this fool named Tommy, 3 Plates.
Okay.
And when I met him, he reminded me of you a lot.
That's weird.
No, he did, dog,
Okay.
but like it was like a different you.
A different version of me.
It was like if you grew up on a junkyard and you were greedy, dog, and you could tell you've been eating candy from
Fucked up
like
teeth.
3 years
like
old.
like
till
really
you were
like we're talking about the
35.
candy from the when they give you on Halloween. It's orange.
No,
fucking
like
and
the
yellow.
one your grandma has and fools
Oh,
don't
that
eat.
hard shit, that rock shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Know what I mean? That shit your tia Consuelo had.
Like the obsidian rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, dog, this fool can sing.
He can sing.
He can do impersonations.
He can do
like you.
impersonations. I mean, but it's funny. The impersonations that I do or whatever are like the ones that my friends like. It's very abstract shit. Like, you like when I do American Me shit. Why? I mean, not American Me, but Blood In, Blood Out.
He does those too.
He does those too. I mean, there's such a classical movie. There's only like six movies of Latino descent that everybody remembers. That's
real
one of them.
quick, not
Yeah.
to cut you off,
Yeah, no.
but just so everybody knows out there, I do a lot of Blood In, Blood Out quotes. I
You
do
do
a lot of
quotes.
American Me quotes.
Yeah.
But Manny Maldonado is the original comedian to put that in his bit. I'm not stealing from him because he does
but
it as
I actually threw it
material.
in when I first.
Explain
Thank
it,
you
dog.
for explaining. Wow,
No, because people don't know. Like, I used to tell people, hey, homie, you're doing my homie's jokes.
no,
And
because
they're like,
you understand. I would.
What up?
I-
What up? So you do quotes in your stand up?
yeah.
It wasn't like give me some chon chon suave. Like I would
Yeah.
do things like that when I first started doing comedy because I didn't know what the hell I was going to talk about. I was so all over the place.
He's kind of like John Leguizamo, dog. If you see his comedy for reals.
It's well, I think
It's-
that's a big compliment.
No, yeah. It's like you ever put a CD player in a fucked up system? You're like, hey, this CD sounds better in the system. That's that CD. Like if you got a
It's
fucked
like
up,
I'm skipping in real life. I'm skipping in real life. I'm skipping in real life.
Like people right now are gonna tell Xavier, hey, the guest sounded good. Good job, X. But
No,
they
that
don't
Chris
know.
Rock shit was good.
Huh?
Like that Chris Rock. If I close my
Thank
eyes,
you, Xavier.
yeah. See, if I close
Fucking millennial.
So go ahead, talk about.
No, you know what's funny? Because I remember, rest in peace, my best friend and I, Junior Gonzalez, I remember we went to go see that movie, bro. And it was a rated R film. We weren't even old enough to get
Blood
it.
In, Blood Out.
Yeah, we
What year was this? 88, 87?
No. It came out in 93, 94, but they
Oh,
they
yeah,
were,
you're right.
But in Modesto, you had to be 21 and up to go see it. Because they really, yeah, I know it didn't have a rated, they were just so worried that so many thug shit was going to pop off. So they made sure that you were 21 and up to go see it.
They're like,
so we were only like 20, like maybe 19. So we were like, hey, we're old enough, so they let us in. But that was a big deal.
Damn, fool.
Yeah,
You had to
bro.
sneak in
We
to
had to
see
sneak in to go see Blood In, Blood
Out.
Out in the matinee, bro. We're talking like fucking 3:45 in the afternoon to go see this movie.
you got to be 21.
You had to be 21 to go see that movie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because they were in Modesto. They were afraid that a lot of gang violence was going to spark that movie. Kinda
Okay,
like Colors.
keep going, dog. I'm loving this.
So Junior and I went to go see this movie, and we thought it was the best thing. First of all, for those of you who haven't seen Blood In, Blood Out, go fuck yourself. This movie is fucking amazing. And the movie's like over 3 hours long, and the director is the same director, Taylor Hackford, that did the movie Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his first chance taking doing a Latino
You know the guy who wrote us, the bald one?
Yes.
He's like,
Yes.
ooh, Christmas came early.
Yeah, so it was a big deal. But what I loved about the movie, they had comedic scenes in the movie. There were people talking shit.
But they really weren't comedic.
They weren't comedic. They were trying to be funny.
Yeah.
We got it.
Exactly.
As funny motherfuckers, we were like, oh, that shit's funny.
It was like over the top
Oh,
funny.
it was very over the top funny.
Can you sample
Yeah, no,
one of
like
the scenes
honestly, honestly, there was so many scenes. There are just too many. But the scene, one of the scenes that pops off to me is any scene with Popeye was just amazing.
Popeye was fucking
And for those of you guys who know who
dog.
Popeye is, he was a good character, what we call a character actor. He was in the movie.
Kind of stole the movie.
His quotes were amazing. He was in the movie Speed as well with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he
yes,
sucked
was like,
in that
give me my
one.
hand. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But he had such a weird ass voice that I used to just love his voice because obviously one of the biggest scenes was like, he would like get right before he's ready to get his rape on with Damian Chapa. and Damian Chapa was in Under Siege first, and he was also in that fucking movie when he plays Ryu. Not Ryu, but Street Fighter. He's in Street Fighter as well. So Damian Chapa's first main role was a white guy getting his Latino on as Miklo. So he's trying to break him into the jail, and then Popeye just had a voice like, you have to talk like this just to get your point across. Suave. Like he was always talking like that. So
like if he was in the wrist from Warriors, huh?
Wow. Okay,
No,
yes.
Like, remember that shit?
Yeah.
They had those voices.
He had a voice. It had to be like this. I always to me that voice was just so fucking weird. It's like, do you want tortillas, maíz, or flour? You know what I mean? It was just so fucking weird.
Do the hey narco.
Hey, narco, there's a big time drug deal going down at Zodi's. You know what I mean? It was just, you know what I mean? I would do that shit all the time. There was so many.
How would they react out there?
It was funny because that was such a cult movie because I started stand up in '97, but when I do
Homie, I was 19.
you were 19 with
No,
the fucking
97,
bullet.
I was
97.
20.
You were 20. Okay, you still were fucking with people for no reason off the 57. I remember when I first met George. He's like, "Hey, Manny, welcome to my block." I was like, "Do you own this?" "No, I'm renting." No, but I always loved that voice because it was like, that's not his voice.
No.
But he practiced it and made it such an iconic voice. Like, there's times where even if you don't know the movie it had Blood In, Blood Out or whatever, Bound by Honor.
Did you know Edward J. Olmos was a writer in Blood In, Blood Out?
That I didn't know.
Yeah, and
Orale.
he didn't like the direction. I heard he said you guys are faking this out.
Because you have to understand, because he was fucking Edward James Olmos. His character was fucking getting his anal on in American Me, which is a little graphic.
Yeah,
and I think they didn't want too much of a hard.
They didn't want it as
knife
real.
Up your ass.
They wanted more like theater.
Yeah, a little more theater, a little more act out, like Spider-Man.
They were like, "Hey, no one's getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah,
we're just gonna throw your leg.
Exactly.
Hey,
we're
homie.
not gonna fuck you in the ass."
Hey, you
I know
remember-
it's gonna hurt. No Vaseline.
Hey, and you know who that is? Red Ryder is Billy Bob Thornton.
And a lot of people don't know that. Like Billy Bob Thornton, a couple of his first cameo movies was Tombstone. One of them, he was very fat in that movie.
Yeah.
Remember how gordo he was?
Yeah.
And then you see him on fucking is playing Lightning and Blood In, Blood Out, and he has the Charger
He
fucking
killed
logo.
that lightning.
He killed it. He was like, "I'll take some of that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
On
hear
the hey, what do you got on
what
the
you got
Lakers?
on the Lakers? The Lakers -6. Hey, his hand is hurt. Like, we know stupid quotes in that movie, and then obviously one of the underrated characters in that movie was Big Al. Big Al was
Big Al murdered.
Big Al. Look, his voice was annoying but good. Like, "Yeah, it's been runner up, Pimp Mobile." Like you would hear that voice. And you'd be like, "Holy shit!" Like, that voice would be a good. Make sure you sign up right now to AT&T. Like, if you would hear that shit, you'd be like, "Holy shit, some bitch hamburger." You know what I mean? Like, that voice.
You know he was in Rob Zombie movies?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So you would hear that fucking voice, and then
He's like, "What's that ray of sunshine on the end of that
you
line?"
go, you got to sit down. You got to come over here with the first class with the white folks. I don't take no orders. What do you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think.
No,
Dude,
he's like, someone's. He's like, "Hey, Al, flirt on your own time."
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
Look. See, me and George, we love this movie so much. We're quoting guys like not Mundo, but it was Magic. Magic is like
Victor
pouring your own
Ramos,
time,
right?
Albert.
What's
Where's
his name?
Magic.
What's his real name? Victor or something?
Victor something. Yeah,
Yeah.
just Victor with a question mark. Victor question mark? No. So you would hear, pouring your whole time, Albert. Ooh, jealous.
Yeah.
We would do scenes all the time. Like, that movie's just so iconic. It's like...
Give me some more, dog.
Oh.
Because, like,
Cocaine.
Tommy does it.
Hold on. Cocaine is like the America's cup of coffee. You would hear it. You would hear
See,
guys like
Tommy does it, and he does it good.
Tommy, your
3
friend.
plates.
3 plates?
Yeah, but you do it in their voice.
I try to, man, because you know what? Like, voices are hard, but that when you watch a movie, George, and it's the same thing when it comes to Scarface. I think I've seen Scarface so many times, just like Blood In, Blood Out, that you would. But I started watching.
Let me hear your Tony Montana, dog.
It's okay, sometimes when I'm doing the fucking goddamn George Perez stories, you gotta come out with all kinds of fucking shit, You gotta start with the fucking yayo. You gotta smoke some fucking grass that he grew, even though his lawn is brown. It's okay. You would hear. Here's the thing. But see, you would watch Scarface so much that you would catch on to the other characters. Like, why don't you come tomorrow at lunch so we can discuss this? I don't want to do it over there on the international phone. You know what I mean?
Hey, that fool was smooth on her. His character.
Oh, he was great.
He was like a
have
Leonardo
to, man. You gotta
DiCaprio that was ugly.
No, that guy was a suave motherfucker because back then he was in another movie called Raw Deal with fucking Arnold.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man.
What's your best voice?
Yeah,
If you had to put it down, cause you killing it, dude.
Oh, thank you,
killing
bro.
it on all of them. What's your
good
best
evening.
voice?
I'm just here with.
No, I've been trying to fuck with Cat Williams. A lot of people are like,
Good evening, bitches.
you know what I mean? It's just, you know what, man? I don't know about a favorite voice or one. I think when I throw people off the most, and this is one of my
Can you do Trump? I feel like you could do a good Trump.
Shut the fuck up. We're not even
No,
going there.
we can't go there.
Yeah.
We can't go there because look, I think one of my personal favorite characters is the Bernie Mac because I remember doing a show with Latin Kings of Comedy in Chicago Theater with Bernie Mac, and I did it, and I got a standing ovation out there in front of over 2,000 people.
Oh, shit.
And we want to say 60% was black, African American, and they enjoyed it. They just like motherfucker. It's like they closed their eyes and they heard that motherfucking voice, and they were like, "Son of a bitch." I'm motherfucking impressed.
Do it, dog. Show
You know
these
what I'm
fools. Do that bit about a Bernie Mac.
In Spanish? I could do him too.
He can do Bernie Mac in Spanish,
I could
dog.
do, This is my impression of Bernie Mac doing a feminine commercial in Spanish. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Una vez mujeres cuando está rascando la panocha. Yo sé que duele mucho. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. So, to me, Bernie, his voice, like, if I could do a great impression of him, it makes me bring him
Back to life.
And I love it because that guy, to me, was... he was just a second coming, just a second coming of himself.
Yeah,
you can't compare. Just like people like to compare LeBron with Jordan or Kobe. No, LeBron's LeBron. You're cool. We got a bubble. We won a championship at the YMCA in fucking Miami or wherever the fuck we played.
Yeah, hey,
great. It's still a ring.
Hey, not to be a dick, but whatever LeBron does is not bringing Kobe back.
It's never not. You know what?
Go
And I'm gonna tell you, there was so much pressure on the Lakers to win. If they wouldn't have won, Kobe would have came out of the fucking grave.
Hey, dog, they would have ran him out of LA if they
For
didn't
real.
win.
No, I mean, look. Kudos to.
But
the
anyways,
Lakers.
go back to the
Let's go back to the real
impersonation.
shit.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Like with Bernie Mac, it's always been a special thing for me because, I mean, it was just. I remember I fell in love with him in Def Jam, but when I saw him on the Kings of Comedy, he's like, North Carolina shit. I ain't here for no foolishness. That's when I heard that shit. That's when you hear the milk and cookies. I have motherfucking milk and cookies.
Yeah.
That's when I saw that set. I'm like, this guy's different. And then boom, he got a show, and then he passed away, some years after that. But I felt when you talk about the Kings of Comedy, like he was.
They're not really the kings of comedy, dog.
They're not, but that was the name of the movie. Yeah.
Bernie Mac is allowed to be a king.
Yeah.
The other three, Chale.
No, the other three, Chale, they were the good supporting acts.
Yeah.
And they're great in their own right. Don't get me wrong.
It's kind of
they
like
are.
Latin kings of comedy
Yeah.
should be called
George's coming out party.
Latinos that open for these
Yeah.
Mexican kings of comedy.
Yeah. No, it's Jesus Christ.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right and wrong at the same time.
I can't be because Alex Raimundo is from San Pablo or something, some Costa Rica, off like a beach. And Joey Medina.
He's from Acapulco.
Yeah, Acapulco's Latino.
And Puerto Rican's
and Joey
Rican.
Joey
Just say that.
Medina's
Joey
Puerto
Medina's
Rican.
from Puerto-
So they're Latino.
Yeah, they're Latino.
Paul and George.
They're some Mexicanos. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué
They're
pasó?
Mexican
Yeah.
Chicanos, dog.
Yeah, Simon.
Compton and Sanfed.
Yeah. Well, you know.
But anyways, keep going. I had to put that on.
No. It's good. That's some facts by George Perez.
You know?
Hashtag George Perez stories.
Choloism.
Choloism 101. No, but I think with impressions and like when we do obscure characters like that, like I like movies like Point Break. I like when Keanu Reeves goes up to Patrick Swayze like, Bodhi, you going down, bro. A lot of innocent people died. You know, like I just like obscure shit like that. Like I like weird characters and just voices. I'm always good with the black voices, even like E4. Like, I'm just squabbling the whopping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here marinating. Yeah, hustler.
Damn, I thought you had it down,
You
George.
don't be out here
I'm just here marinating. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here now. George Perez stories. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my saha? Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, we just a hustler out here marinating
what I mean?
on Manny Maldonado.
You know what I mean? So,
Man, he got me, dog.
I got you on that one. You didn't think I was gonna come out with that
Yeah.
shit. So I remember I was coming back doing a show and check us out in Idaho, and fucking E40 Water was on the same flight. I was like, oh my god, it was just me and 3 other people.
That fool they had bad tickets?
Yeah, bad tickets, bro. Because I thought I got a good deal. You know, when you think when you're Latino, you're all happy. You get a good hookup on Southwest. What's up, bitches? I got my fucking free. After 17 flights, you get that free shit. Yeah. I was on my free flight coming back from a show in Idaho, and 40 Water was on my flight. I'm like, what the fuck? That show must have been terrible.
What'd you say? Did
I was
you
like,
say anything?
Oh yeah, I went up to him like, hey man, I'm a big fan of your work. I mean, yeah, I've been, Mr. Flamboyant. Much love, Federal.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, he's all, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here out here just grinding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's just like that,
I'm
bro.
just a hustler.
And I was just
Oh,
like,
my God.
wow. Dude, he was just a really nice guy, George. Really cool. So
Hey.
shout out to 40 Water.
Yeah, hey Manny, E40 for me is like
He's a good lyricist, man. Great lyricist.
a different level of shit.
Yeah.
When I started gang banging in my prime, that's all I played. It was kind of like a life that I lived off.
Because I remember when I first met you were loving that Federal shit. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
I had it. No, homie.
You're like, Manny, I love Federal. I'm
Homie,
like,
I'm mailman.
Okay.
I'm Mr. Flamboyant. Even
Yeah.
on MTV Your Mama, the show you got me on.
Yeah.
I was like, what's up? It's your boy George Perez,
Mr. Flamboyant. I do remember that shit. Representing Los Feliz, even though he lived in Santa Ana. I was like, you liar!
Yeah.
How could you do that to the Highway 57? You're a
lived-
fucking liar!
I lived
Now you're
in
hanging out on
San-
the 134. What's wrong with you?
I lived in Santana, but I was from Orange and MTV.
But he was going through some housing trouble, so all of a sudden,
No.
I'm like, look, I'm great. I'm so excited, and he's like, Manny, I'm going to be on TV tonight. I'm great. Here I am thinking George's going to go, hey, what's up, you George Perez? ¿Qué pasó? Represents Santa Ana. No, he's out there, what's up? All of a sudden, he's in fucking Los Feliz. I'm like, okay, he's having housing problems right
No,
now.
what happened was they chose where you were from.
Okay, they chose that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever, Wilmer.
Yeah. But hey, thank you, my boy. That was
That was your first.
that was
TV
my
credit.
first
Huevo.
real TV
Yeah,
credit.
That was real.
And it changed the game forever. And I made so many fucking mistakes on that
Yeah.
show. Like, I used to show up late. I show up high. I didn't study. I was just going off talent, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And talent only takes you so far.
So it took him to 3 minutes and 48 seconds
What do you mean?
on stage time.
Over there?
No, I mean, look, you said that talent only took you because, look, at that point, I remember you having 6 to 10 minutes
Yeah.
of good, strong. That's why I recommend it. Like, look, I go, George is an up and coming comedian.
No, but my roasting's another level.
Your roasting was on another level.
Yeah. Hey, fool, I lost because, like, I shot all my bull. I did jokes that didn't need to be done against their weakness. I could have just beat them off the top. I could have
Right.
flipped their shit.
Right.
And at the end, I was like, damn. But it was a learning experience. You know, I lost the finals of the whole show, but I won my city. I won my county. I won my shit. I won my set. And motherfuckers know anybody want to battle, I will smash that. Hey, dog, I come up with new ones.
No, you want to hear some funny shit? And for the listeners who don't know, check us out. One time, George reached out to me. He's like, hey, Manny, I'm going to be doing I think it was your first Comedy Store roast battle, and you invited me. And I was like, okay, sure. And George went out there, and I knew he was going to do well. And he went up against Sidney Castillo. And this is funny already. Because Sidney's a great writer, funny guy.
Fucking great.
Great. He's a good shit talker. And he's great on Facebook. He reps Dallas
He's
to the
great.
fullest. And he likes the Cowboys and Mavericks, so he's always talking shit about the Lakers and just other teams. But he's great. George, Sidney went up there with his notes. And George is like, hey, Manny, make sure you get there early, like because it gets packed there. I'm like, all right, cool. So the roast started at 11 o'clock. So I got there around 10:30. And I let George be in his thoughts and all that stuff. So I was like, hey, George, I see he said what's up to me real quick. And then I went to go sit in there. And I remember when I saw the matchup, I'm like, okay, this is going to be kind of a decent matchup, with Sydney and George. And then all of a sudden, I hear Sydney walk up there with notes. And that's like a fucking no-no for George because I knew he was going to go no notes. And I knew it was going to be in that sick little brain of his. I was like, okay. So Sydney goes up there. Hey, yeah, what's up? You're a gardener and all this other shit. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah. So George just fucking lights him up, you guys, like a fucking goddamn Christmas tree.
Yeah,
and it's just beautiful.
I think I told that fool, your jokes are like sickle cell. Only black people get it.
Dude, you did say that, and I was dying.
And then that fool had little ass ears, dog. I'm like, hey, dog, when people tell you secrets, they're screaming out.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was just going off everything he was saying and
Shit's
doing.
my birthday.
Oh, shit. Hey, happy birthday, dog. It's your birthday right now.
It is my birthday. We are actually
We're
actually doing this on the eve of my birthday, so
Hey,
I've been doing this.
We got shots.
I'm down.
Hey, I'm down
Julio?
too. Absolutely, yeah.
What
I've
do
been
we
doing
got?
this podcast so long that I did it when it was before my birthday. Now it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So fucking hey.
Tito's and Ciroc.
Ciroc.
Yeah, Ciroc is
No,
cool.
Tito's.
Tito's is cool.
If there's Don Julio on there too.
No, there's
whatever.
no.
No,
All
it's
right, Tito's.
So no, I remember that roast good.
You know what's crazy,
And
man?
I loved it. You just you killed it.
Yeah.
And I remember Jeff Ross just being in awe of you. It was amazing.
No, fool, it was a trip because like back then,
I think Jeff Ross was the judge and somebody else was too.
no one in there really knew me.
They did it.
And the first time I did it, Leslie Jones, she was the judge too. Leslie Jones
was the judge too that night.
and she was like, y'all motherfuckers don't know who's up there right now. Because back then, dog, I remember my favorite part of comedy was after the shows. It'd be me, you, Felipe, Edwin, Rodrigo, the Devil, Chepo.
Wow.
And we'd be Yorsi, Martin, and we'd be out, and Rodrigo, Silent Bob.
A lot of old
We'd
school
be
guys.
out there roasting each other, dog. But you were never like that.
I was never like that. I was
you
always
were more
like
pro.
I was, because to me, I would just do my set, get my laughs on, and then after that, we hung out. We're all good friends. Everybody just having a good time, and I would enjoy hearing you clown on people.
I love
people.
when,
Loved
yeah.
it.
You know who
That wasn't my
challenged me
thing,
the
yeah.
strongest back then?
Who?
Was Tommy Chun.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Tommy Chun and you guys, Tommy Chun is Def Comedy Jam alumni.
Yeah, fucking
great.
Master P.
Yes.
Yeah. And he made me think of a joke. Because that fool was like, George Perez is so dark.
Let's enjoy the drink. We don't need
If
to
he
slam
calls a black guy midnight, he gonna call him 11:45.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, we could just drink. We don't have to take shots.
Salud.
Salud. Yeah, for friends. No,
To
dude.
you, happy birthday,
Happy
Manny.
birthday to me. Goddamn it, shit. Oh, that's good. Oh. So the thing is that those were good days because you would just go off the cuff, and I didn't see that side of you because I was only watching you stand up wise.
Well, back then it was hard to flex because I was only allowed 10 minutes.
Exactly. So you would flex after the show.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we're all drinking, having a good time, and you would just go in like
it was
jugular.
fun.
And I was just like, okay, so
Homie, you should see the shit I'm thinking of now.
I mean, if it was lethal,
I
then
think of it.
you
man.
think of it now. Now it's not.
Like now that we can't tell jokes,
You're just like you're thinking of the stuff.
and I'm at a strip club DJing,
Yeah.
and I'm listening to all these bitches be liars and tell me good shit.
If the listeners don't know, George was working at a very appetizing strip club that I would attend here and there.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, it was good times.
All the girls are tested more than Donald Trump gets tested. It is cleaner than clean. It's better than the fucking titty twister and dust till dawn, dog.
Wow.
Hey, homie, today
Yeah.
in the day shift
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock, guess how many strippers I had in that club?
Over 30.
26
That's a lot.
at 11 o'clock.
That's amazing.
You don't even know, dog. And I love it, fool. I don't love these girls with lust, but I love them with like what we've done as a group.
And for the listeners that don't know, I mean, he would take just as much pride DJing at the strip club as he was doing stand up.
Yeah, no.
So it was the same effort, the
Hey,
same
fool,
passion.
I got fans.
So
coming
give it
there.
up, give it up for Diamond. I was
Hey.
like, God damn.
Hey, I got customers, dog. I
Yeah.
got fools that come in there just like, hey, fool, play your classic rock, play your '90s rock.
Right.
I get down. Dum 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 dum.
The ghetto.
Dum 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 dum.
The ghetto.
Te quiero.
Dum 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 dum.
The
Te quiero.
Dum 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 dum.
Te quiero.
Te quiero.
Dum 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 dum.
Te quiero tentar las nalgas buenas.
Dum 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 dum.
Por favor, si me dejas.
Dum, 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 dum.
Yo, they say that we burnt out, but I'm not burnt. Xavier can't change the TV shot. It's me, GP, the motherfucking leader
The
of
ghetto.
GPS family. We chilling like the winter.
Dum, 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 dum.
I treat your lady like an Arkansas sister.
Dum, 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 dum.
I won't diss her, kiss her, dismiss her.
Dum, 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 dum.
Such a hard. That's such a.
That's a hard one, man.
beat. How does the ghetto start out?
Just like that. Boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
The ghetto.
Beats
boom,
are
boom.
beats are bumping, lights burn out. Dope fiends.
See, something turned
Something
out.
out.
Yeah, that's it. I don't remember the lyrics. I just remember the
Every day.
beats. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't help me. Damn, that shit is so fucking hard.
Yeah, Servo Vega Alpine amp.
Yeah.
Done, son. Yeah, man.
You wouldn't shoot you, bro, but I shoot that fool if he test me coast and try to test my fool. They say like, oh
man, just one love. Shit.
yeah,
Good times, man.
I
The comedians that haven't done this, you need to put this as a fucking TV credit. You guys are sleeping on this shit.
They
George
don't
Perez
know.
stories, bitches.
they don't know, dog.
You gotta know George to tell the fucking stories.
How is your experience so far in George Press stories?
You know what, man? Honestly, bro, this is the funnest time I've had probably since COVID.
Honestly,
Like
fool,
honestly, dude, this is such a good. Like I've done some shows here and there after during the COVID time, but this is just a relief, just to be myself and talking to you, good friends. And now I started October 14th, but now it's October 15th, my birthday. Fuck it, I'm starting
fuck
my
yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday,
I'm
boy.
celebrating my birthday, starting off with you guys. This is just a fucking fun
Yeah.
fucking thing.
You know,
Comedians, step up your game up and get to know George so you can tell some fucking stories.
Manny, every time I kick it with you, it's a great experience.
It's always a fun time, man, because we're so different. Like you come
We're
from,
not though.
But you're different because you grew up different than me, but we're still the same. Like we can vibe on music, we can vibe on on comedy, we can vibe. For you guys, I know
I surprise you.
you do because George looks so intimidating, you guys, but he's a fucking sweetheart.
I'm not sweet. I fuck shit up if I have to.
Look, one of his old jokes he has a joke about fruit punch. Bitch, you're a sweetheart. Calm down.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, look, George is a very, very nice individual. Very
Thank
good
you.
people.
Thank you. Manny, love you, bro. X to the FAG. You want to hear some crazy shit about Manny Maldonado?
Let me know.
So, my dad was married to multiple women before my mom. And his first wife, he was married to, he had a daughter with. And that's my sister, Nancy. Nancy, nothing but love. I fucking love you. I love all my sisters. Nancy's the first. And she married a very great man named Sal.
Yeah, Sal. Mm-hmm.
And my sister's dad used to work with Manny's dad.
Yeah, they both worked. Sal and my dad worked at Frito-Lay. They were both maintenance technicians at Frito-Lay, where they make all the chips, Pepsi company, and all that stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so they.
Dog.
Straight blue collar.
No, check out how
Straight
crazy
blue
your
collar.
gets.
Yeah, bro.
This is the crazier
Yeah.
part. Is he went to school with my
George's
niece.
cousin. Oh, with his niece. Yeah, George's niece.
Both of them.
Desiree
and Sal.
Desiree and Sal, brother and sister. They're a couple. I think
This
they're
fool knew
they're
my family before me, dog.
They're two grades before me. So when I met George, I was his uncle by default. No, so I knew his cousins. or nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Very well. They went to
And my sister.
yeah, so they went to school with me. It was just crazy. And when I met George, I was like, oh my god, life is. The world is too small.
Yeah.
And in a good way.
You know what's a trip is I remember you telling me I'm from Modesto. And I remember being like 13 years old or 15. And I went to Modesto to visit my sister and,
Your family?
and my family, my nieces and nephews. And it was a trip. I didn't know there was one-way streets still.
Yeah, man, we have a lot of those. It's funny because like my dad and Sal, they worked together for years, and rest in peace. Sal passed away.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yeah, so it's just a small world. Yeah, we definitely have one-way streets. We have fairs. We have
And
carnivals.
last name was Cuenca.
Cuenca, yeah, Sal Cuenca, yeah. So everybody kind of, like I said, we were like a town city, bro. Like
No, it is. Modesto's
like,
real
like,
home.
it's very. Even though there's 200,000 people, I know you guys
It's-
laugh at that shit
hey.
now. But everybody kind of knows everybody by 6 degrees of separation. Like, oh, ¿conoces a fulano? ¿Qué pasó? Pues I know. ¿Qué pasó?
Yeah,
¿Qué
no,
pasó?
for
I
sure,
saw
yeah.
the quinceañera. ¿Qué pasó? Like, you just, everybody knows everybody.
You can somehow find your way into
You can
any
find your way.
quinceañera. Like if you
Exactly.
want some
Yeah.
bitch,
Exactly,
you can
bro.
find your way
like
in there.
if you weren't invited to quinceañera, if you would know somebody, friend, cousins, primo, hermano, fulano, neighbor, fucking whatever, you would get through the quinceañera or the wedding.
You just gotta
Exactly.
throw one name. You just gotta
You just got to know one name, and they look at the invitation because the invitation always had fucking 100, 200 names on the
Yeah.
motherfucker. You get one Martinez or one Gonzalez right, you're in that motherfucker.
You're in.
That's so fucking funny and true, dude.
So I always ask this of a guest, and I haven't asked it in a long time.
In a long time, so this is not, there you know this shit is special.
Yeah. That's why Xavier's laughing his ass
It's
off.
been a
Here we
while.
go.
It's been a while since he has this one.
It's about
I
to
already
get
know
dark
your
on this motherfucker.
answer, but
Here we
you're
go.
fucking crazy.
I love
dude.
this shit.
So look, dog.
Yeah.
Xavier's fucked a homeless chick.
Okay.
Like, on consent. I've had sex with a lot of homeless chicks. Consent.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta burp this out.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Manny Maldonado. Manny to the max. Mr. ¿Qué
Yeah.
pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Mr. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Mr.
Hashtag. And ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Let's go.
Have you ever had sex with the like homeless doesn't mean to me she lives in the riverbed. Homeless can mean like she's staying on someone's couch or
Okay,
she's
so-
in the Suzuki right now.
No, I mean, no. I've never gotten my garbage pail kid pussy on. This is fucking a little too deep for me. This I didn't know from you. Listeners out there, I did not know George
This is
was
a
getting
segment. This is a segment.
No.
I didn't know you were getting your Slumdog Millionaire on like through the garbage
No,
pail.
Slumdog
shit.
Riverbed.
Riverbed. Okay.
No, like look, Manny, like I fucked homeless chicks that had their own cars still.
Okay, so they
living
were
in their
going through
car.
a transition.
Yes.
Okay, they were kind of in the house. Just
And
getting-
hey, some of them have been. One of them only had one thumb. It's deeper episode. Go
Damn.
ahead though. You
no,
go.
no, I've never got my freak on with.
Not even someone just in front of like Whole Foods or A4. I need some more stuff.
Oh, I've had parking lot pussy. Oh yeah, I've definitely had
Okay.
parking lot. I had food for less pussy. Like
Explain that.
yeah, finished shopping. I saw a hot girl. We kind of connected in high school. I saw her again. I was like, hey, let's
You
go.
let that milk sit in the car for
It wasn't milk. It was a yogurt. But look,
No,
Xavier's
was-
getting all technical.
Hey.
Was it milk? Was it 2%? Was it 2% fat? Like,
The
goddamn,
yogurt-
why is he? Why it has to be milk, bitch? It could have been
Yeah.
eggs.
The yogurt was not in the car; it was in her pedal.
No, yeah, exactly. No. So one time I got my freak on in front of
Food for Less?
That's some. I never got my dollar store fuck on or 99-cent store. I just got my food for less was like, okay, cool.
Fuck for less.
Yeah, fuck for less. I had to bag my own shit. No pun
Yep.
intended.
Hey, you have to bag your own dick.
You got to bag your own shit. But no, I never got my homeless pussy on, and I'm surprised that you got your fucking homeless on.
No, I didn't know.
Did you
she
move the
was
sign
homeless.
away? Like, what the fuck
Manny,
happened?
she told me like during it.
During it.
Yeah, she was like, "Look, fool, I got kicked out on my pad."
So she's writing you going, look, fool.
No, we were smoking weed, and I was like, "What happened to your thumb?" And she's like, "Some fool burned it." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Who the
She
fuck
said-
burns thumbs? Yeah. First of all.
Like, so there's a cul-de-sac in Santana that
Okay.
like you got to stay at, but you got to pay dues, whatever. And
Okay.
she was paying rent, and she didn't have the rent. And then I met her at a bar, dog, and she was fine, but I didn't see her thumb. at
Is
the
this
time.
like the joke that you talk about, the Foxfire?
No, this really happened.
Okay, no
And
Foxfire.
then this chick calls me up, and she's like, "Hey, fool, I want to fuck. I just want to take a shower and eat somewhere.
She said, okay, that's some YMCA talk right there.
Yeah. Nah, Manny, that's why we got to, hey, other fools tell us. Ty Rivera fucked a priest that was homeless.
Wow. Yeah, Ty's on some different crazy
Yeah,
shit.
he
though.
took that shit to the next level.
Yeah, he's on another level, though. Because he has that plastic surgery gone wrong on his face.
Yeah.
So he's
I
gone
love
through some
Ty.
shit. I love Ty. Ty's
Yeah.
awesome. He's an amazing
He takes the
human
weirdest
being.
pills. He makes living off the weirdest way.
Tay
Yeah.
Rivera is one of my faves, dog. Real to the max.
No, he's real. Even though his
And-
face is porcelain.
Yeah, no, he knows that, though.
He's very porcelain. He
knows
knows
that
that,
shit.
and he owns it.
But
and,
he's still with it. He still got his swagger.
he's
still
got swag
shining.
like a motherfucker.
He's like something you buy at a garage sale, and you're like, damn, I came up.
Like, man, I found that painting.
Fucking came.
Just like me, I
up.
found these records. Fucking A.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Manny. But
So,
yeah.
go ahead real quick.
No, you're right. No, I've never gotten to that level, and it's cool that you gotten that level because I think it's good for your comedic voice.
No,
That-
it's just me. You know
it's just
me.
you. It's
The
just
shit
you.
that comes.
It's
I'm
just
very
it happens.
comfortable.
You're very comfortable. Cul-de-sac
I'm
homeless
like a Bill
bitches.
Cosby
Fucking
sweater.
Well, think about it. The girls at the strip club, a lot of them just kind of come in.
Dog, they
Sometimes
I
don't have
to
a
tell
job.
them no.
Yeah.
All the time.
But they loved you, man. Because look, you're charismatic on the mic. And
Yeah,
I remember.
they
Look,
can't
you guys,
stand.
for the listeners out there, I would go support George, even when I wasn't doing shows. He's like, Manny, why don't you, I'm working today. Why don't you come visit me
I'm
at work?
vicious on that mic.
And I'm like, George, it's fucking 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, come at 2. So I would make a trip to come at 2 o'clock to go see George. And you know what, you guys? Gosh, there wasn't that many people in the damn venue, but George made it fun just for all of us in there. That's how much
yeah, I love it, dog.
it was great.
I love it.
You would bring up these girls. God damn, I felt like I was going to strip too. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, everybody give it up for Jezebel.
No, that's what
Like,
they love it, dog.
they loved it.
and
like,
I call it Jezebel.
like, yeah, Jezebel.
Yeah.
She'll make you splatter all over. Like, it was great. Just that voice. George has a knack.
Alrighty, guys. Coming up next for you right here at TJ Showgirls. Your next showgirl right
On
here
California
was
Street.
Squirt.
Was it
Word
California?
Her. That was the other one,
That was
California
it.
Girls.
California Girls.
He's at
So-
TJ's now.
Yeah, so check this out, dog. We barely scratched the surface, and I want to keep going, but I want to bring you back.
Yeah, you guys. So, look. This is just a prelude to some other crazy shit we're going to be talking
This
about.
is nothing. We've only done like 3 days.
So look, I just moved out not that far from George. So look, I'm only 20 minutes away. So you guys, I'm gonna come out here with like once every 4 or 5 weeks, like a welfare
Yeah.
check, once a month,
That's funny.
like a welfare check. I'm gonna come out, EBT card for those that don't get it. I'm gonna come out here. If you guys look, follow me, Manny to the Max, MANNY,
And that's
number
on
2,
Instagram, right?
THEMAX on Instagram, at Manny Maldonado on Twitter. But
What about
look,
your Facebook?
my Facebook just Manny Maldonado. And look, there's pictures of me and George on Facebook. Just find us.
And YouTube.
YouTube, it's Manny Maldonado. Just look me up. Just Google me. There's a
Yeah.
lot of shit on me right now. But
Yes.
look, I'm going to tell you guys, look. Post-pandemic, I was traveling all over the world doing comedy shows all over. I was once or twice a month, I would go out of town and do my shows. But I'm going to tell you guys, it feels so good and so therapeutic to come back to a good friend like George and do his podcast. And he's doing so well for himself. So keep on supporting. And right, like I said, he's getting his Manscape on. Follow that shit. You know what I mean? Anything that George does, I endorse. You endorse. We all love him. God damn it. It's just great to be here.
Thank you, my boy. And the same goes for you. Look, follow my boy, Manny Maldonado, Manny to the Max. Fire. OG in fucking comedy.
I mean, we did so many goofy characters tonight. I can't believe I
Yeah.
busted out with the Mr. Flamboyant. Yeah. Make sure you follow George Perez stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Secret Show is coming up, 200 episode. We're going to let you know when to buy tickets. I can't release it now because it only holds a certain amount, and you guys fools will buy it and won't show up. So, also, don't forget, new commercial out on my Instagram page and Twitter. Please repost it, reshare it, tag at Manscaped. Use promo code TAKEASHOWER and receive 20% off. Guys, I'm nothing without you. And without me, you're bored. So let's keep hooking up. Let's have some orgies. Tell some friends about me. Let's get these numbers up. Let's do this shit. Because if you don't, X is going to have to pay more rent. X to the F, that's always the G.
What's up? I'm fucking ready to smoke some Scante episode 200.
Yeah!
It's gonna go down my first time.
That's what's up.
You guys ain't ready.
That's what's up. Yo, this is George Perez Stories, episode 191. I want to give mad love to my guest, Manny Maldonado, X to the FAG for holding it down, my cats for always showing up, and you fools. Don't forget, guys, follow at Gunthers.com, at GBExtract.com, and at Manscaped. Enter promo code TAKEASHOWER and receive 20% off. This is George Perez Stories, episode 191. Take a shower, brown power. Lay.